Let me say it. Just because you lead them down that path don't mean they're going to go down the path. But if you don't lead them down the path, they definitely ain't going to go down the path. You can't wait for them to try to figure this thing out. That's what leadership is about. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Say yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for y'all. I got to feel the NRG on the line. Team, how y'all feel?
Fired up.
And team, what's up? What's up? What's
Miami.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Woo! Thank you, Nicole, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, Mr. Derek Holston, for hosting that Pass the Ball segment, man. You stepped in, you filled in. You may not knew where you was going, right? But I'm telling you, you knew where you was getting to. You may not knew how to get there, but you knew you was how to get there. Woo! I love the introduction. Like, sometimes you're a passenger and you get to the destination. You're like, now when it's time to drive, you're like, oh, shucks. What turn did they make again? You know, but you quickly figured out what goes on. And I know, Derek, you're a Marine and you're a superstar, so I knew it wasn't going to take you long to figure out how to drive the car. Sir, you used to driving tanks, so driving this aircraft ain't nothing. Ooh. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got an awesome lineup for y'all today. I just want to say, first of all, give yourselves a round of applause. This is Labor Day. Some people are like, hey, I didn't get a text today. Eric, why are we doing the call? So usually sometimes people are like, Eric, are we doing the call? Or why are we doing the call? Different things. But y'all champions just feel right on in. Are y'all so clap it up? Woo!
Yes, sir.
That's the growth. And why are we doing the call on Labor Day? Because guess what? Labor Day is a holiday celebrating labor. Take off, relax, unwind. And then people go out shopping. They go out doing things. They got Labor Day sales. So you can spend money on Labor Day, but they don't want you to make no money. No, sir. We entrepreneurs. We understand. And this is a chance. So opportunity today. I love that, Troy. This is a chance because some people have work. They got careers, right? You know, me and Dr. Meri started a podcast called Entrepreneurs with Jobs. So for some of y'all, this is a time where you can get a chance to tune in. So we got some people who never get a chance to tune in. So I just want to shout that out. Shout out all the success stories. I'm telling you, y'all are crushing it, rocking and rolling. Once again, I'm going to shout out the Young Money Millionaires. You know, and I was looking at Isaiah, and I shared with him, man, you was at this event. You got leads and names. Here's the thing. You know, one of my coaches said, Eric, don't have a entrepreneur ADD. I'm going to tell you, what's the entrepreneur ADD? Your mind's all over the place. He said, I may be all over the place, but when it comes to being an entrepreneur, I don't have entrepreneur ADD, meaning if I do something that works, I can do it again and 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 again. So, Zay, you got about 15, 20 names. Guess what? If you had to go buy leads, that's about $50 a lead for those names, right? So you take 50 times 20, that was $1,000. Go do that again. I'll find another event and another event. And you start getting good doing events, you get better, 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 you get better. Are y'all with me? See, some people are like, well, let me change it up. Let me do this. Let me not do this. No, you got to recognize what you got your hands on. Are y'all hearing me? Ladies and gentlemen, right now, we got a window. We better recognize what you got your hands on. You just heard Nancy said, come on, let's pack the house in Maryland. She's in Florida. There's a Florida event, but she's like, the team, I'm going to come to your event. So I'm going to talk about the event. Level up. Woo! 120 agency plan. You got to go to 120 agency plan. Get your ticket. Now through Monday, the next Monday, September 9th, we got an early bird special. I'm telling y'all, I've been telling corporate to hold off. They put an email out there with the information. It's going to start getting more and more information as we get closer. It's going to sell out. This is going to be the biggest event on the East Coast. I'm talking about New York, New Jersey, everywhere. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Everywhere on the East Coast, Michigan, they're all going to fly in. You got the CEO who's going to be here. Y'all understand. Y'all been to the level of event, y'all know what it is. Tony Burke put it out there for you. Tony, thank you for that shout out for that video. Woo, I didn't know my editors were going to chop it up like that, but you said it, and it wasn't recorded. It was just him speaking from the heart. It just happened to get recorded. So you need to get your space. I'm telling you, the 10-pack tickets, we make this is the lowest we ever had the level up event in terms of pricing, ladies and gentlemen. We want to remove all the barriers. It's November 16th and 17th. So some people only got to worry about taking off work. It's a Saturday, Sunday. We even got a church service on Sunday that's coming to you. So we take out everything so you to make money. Are y'all with me? Because we know maybe 75, 65, 80%. Some people got jobs and careers. So we want to remove all the barriers. See, when you get your mindset that this is my career, this is what I do, you get there. So I'm trying to tell you how to win. Y'all want a secret to win? You got to get good at promoting events, period. You got to attend events and you got to get good at promoting events. But Eric, my people, no, stop. Your people will go where you tell them to go, or where you lead them to go. Are y'all with me? If you don't lead them to go there, they can't go there. Let me say it. Just because you lead them down that path don't mean they're going to go down the path. But if you don't lead them down the path, they definitely ain't going to go down the path. You can't wait for them to try to figure this thing out. That's what leadership is about. We're going to talk about that today. You're on this line. You're leaders, right? We're going to talk about that leadership. Are y'all with me? You know,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to bring you up. I want to talk about this leadership thing because we got to build a business. Everybody talk about the legacy, Eric, the legacy means nothing if there's no legacy to carry on. Are y'all with me? Meaning, if you don't have a succession plan. See, somebody asked me the other day, so Eric, what do you do? What's your title? What do you do? Well, you know what? I'm a consultant. Why? You know, you got employees get paid for somebody to tell them what to do. Consultants get paid to tell other people what to do. See, I tell people how to, I'm a wealth consultant. So you ask me, Eric, what do you do? I'm a wealth consultant. Why? People pay me I get paid, not necessarily always from the people, maybe from the carriers, to show people how to grow their wealth, how to create wealth, how to grow their wealth, and how to transfer their wealth. There's 3 things I do as a wealth consultant. I show people how to create wealth, grow their wealth, and transfer their wealth. Now, y'all can steal that if you want to. I'm just giving y'all some game. You can say, you can take it. As a wealth, so think of yourself as a wealth consultant, right? You're showing people how to create wealth, grow their wealth, and transfer their wealth. Why? Because I was sitting there at the event and people was coming up, hey, are you looking to make some money? We're showing people how to create wealth. And then we showing them how to grow their wealth, right? We got some vehicles to show them how to grow their wealth. And then with life insurance, we show them how to transfer their wealth. So what I'm talking about, this legacy plan, if you don't have a transfer plan, it doesn't work. So if you don't have any leadership in place, your business, you can get to ED with no leaders and your business stops. When you die, your business stops. Why? Because you didn't create any leaders. You didn't create a succession plan. You didn't learn how to transfer that wealth. Are y'all with me? So we got to work on that. So how do you transfer wealth? You got to create leaders. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
You got to create leaders who can transfer that wealth. And as a family, when you have kids, you got to build them up, raise them up so they can transfer your name. They can leave a legacy. Are y'all with me? So I'm not saying your business partners are kids, but you got to have the mindset that you got to know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, what you're trying to do, see, most of it is trying to make some money, right? When you get started, when you're young, you're just trying to make some money. When I was a young father, before I was a father, I was trying to live life, trying to find my way in life. And the next thing you know, Dr. Meri got pregnant. I was like, oh man, she's pregnant. You know what? That automatically made me a father. Now, there's 2 things I could do as a father. Many fathers go, darn, some. Not all, but some just say, hey, you know, hey, this ain't for me. Ain't my baby. You go do your own thing. I wasn't that guy because my father wasn't that guy. I was like, oh no, I got to be the guy. Oh, I got a legacy. I had a blueprint. And even if I wasn't growing with a father, some people father wasn't around. My father wasn't around. But he said, oh no, this is the way. There was guides. Are y'all with me? So he didn't have a blueprint, but he created a blueprint because he followed a blueprint that was already out there. He could have followed another blueprint. He could say, you know what? I don't care. I'm going over here, right? But and so for me, it was the same thing. I wasn't looking for. So where I'm trying to translate this, some of y'all are young in your business and it's all about you, kind of like being that young adult before you had kids. And then once you got kids, some of y'all got kids and took on the responsibility. I'm watching my son, Isaiah, taking on the responsibility. Oh, okay, you know what? It ain't about me because I got this precious daughter here. I can be like somebody. I can rise to the occasion. It's still a choice. Typically, people don't have many choices of mothers, but then some mothers say, you know what? I'm going to abort the baby. This ain't for me. Some mothers say, I got to get a baby. I don't want to handle this. I'm not coming at anybody, but I'm saying it's still a choice. Are y'all with me? So when you start building this business, it's a choice how you take it. Uncle Jock, let's talk about that because this is going to help some of y'all understand what we're looking at. What's your thoughts processes on that, sir?
So Eric, yesterday you and I we had a really good talk and some stuff in that conversation, and we were talking about we were talking about exactly this. We were talking about leadership, and we were bringing up you know, how some people don't realize they have it in themselves to do this. And when I say do this, I'm talking about do this business. Most people, let me ask y'all some questions. How many people on this line, and type in the chat, are parents? How many people on this line are parents? If you can type in the chat, say me, raise your hand. Look at all the me's. You got Tawana's, you got Troy's, Nancy's, and Eric's and Rita's. Look at all those parents. Do y'all realize what Eric is saying is everybody who's been a parent is fully equipped to be a life insurance agent, because the same principles apply with raising children is the same principles that apply with developing agents. Yes or yes, Eric?
Yeah, it's the same principles. You know, when I start thinking about that, developing agents, right? Here's the thing. When you're developing your children, there's a certain standard. And I'm telling you, one of the worst things people can do is, you know, the life has a standard, right? By a certain age, I don't care if a kid was growing up, my one of the doctors said, Eric, Mr. Robinson, don't worry. I haven't seen too many first graders who don't know how to go to the potty. So if your child is not potty trained by a certain age, we got this, they got to be potty trained by 12 months. And some people are proud. My kid can walk when he was 2 months old. My kid was walking, you know? So now your kid's 2 years old and your kid ain't walking right. You're like, oh man, what's going on with my kid? Well, my kid can read a book by the time he was 1 year old. Oh, my kid can barely talk and she's 2 years old. So, but my doctor said, Robinson, don't worry about all those things that some people try to impose on you. When you get to first grade, they all pretty much know how to go to the potty. They just do. So at what time they grow and mature, each child may mature at different times. Are you going to celebrate that child for their growth, or are you going to condemn them because they didn't meet a standard that somebody else imposed, not the standard that God has created them for?
Hold. You saying some good stuff, buddy, because this totally relates to what we're talking about in this business, because everybody's learning curves are different. And I see so many people try to put everybody in one box, and you can't do that. Like you said, just like raising children. Children going to walk when they're going to walk. They're going to talk, they're going to talk. They're going to do what? They're going to activate. But if you're not developing and you're not nurturing them and you're not giving them the trust and the leadership skills, right? If you're not giving them that, they're not going to develop. So you just got to realize, ladies and gentlemen, each members are going to activate at different times, but you got to keep, just like a parent, can't give up on them. And I see that so many people come from other businesses and they talk about how they just left over to the side. And if they don't activate when they're thrown in the fire, they're kind of left just to burn and fizzle out.
Yeah, Jack, that's big. You know, people always say, hey, you know, don't just throw them up against the wall and see who sticks. No, you got to bring them over and help them lead, help develop them. Yes, everybody going to develop? I don't know. You know, even with your kids, everybody's not going to be a rocket scientist. Everybody's not going to be a space cadet. Everybody's not going to be a doctor. Everybody's not going to be a lawyer. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Their choices, you can't determine. But how you raise them, how you love them, you can determine that.
Eric, that was one thing that you and we wrestle with early on, because remember, everybody used to be like, you got to crack the whip. If nobody's doing nothing, just leave them there, leave them there, leave them there. And not advice ever. By you all not having any background, just wait till your team matures. Remember he said that?
Yeah, wait till your team matures. You know, and I'm going to share something with you, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things I was listening to somebody saying, hey, there's a definition gap in business, right? And typically you got the people who up here who've had a lot of success and they're saying things, but if you're new and you're younger, you hear it, but the definition, the same word, but the definition doesn't mean the same. Like, you know, hey, you got to set standards. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, if I don't have any people, right, you got to build leaders. Well, if I don't have anybody to understand it, it doesn't have the same definition. What do you mean by building leaders? I got John and Bob, and they won't even pick up the phone. Build leaders, man, what are you talking about? And then when you start getting a group, I look at Derek and say, now you start having a team, and Derek, he said, now I see what it means now to lead, right? There's a team, there's people coming in. So what happens, there's a definition gap sometimes between people's level of experience. Same word track, but your experience determines the definition gap, right? You know, I was listening to Derek the other day. Me and you was talking about guns, and he was like, boom, 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 this, boom, 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 bam. His level of his gun handler is way over mine. I'm still like, so what kind of bullet is that again? That's he's talking about laser scopes and this thing and added on and all this up and there. I'm like, okay, so the bullet goes out that hole, right? You know, if you point it this way, green dot, yellow dots. And so his experience level is different. So the same words, but I'm not comprehending it. So one of the cool things, Jock, is I think we're fortunate is we are able to comprehend at a different level because we have started from the ground floor. We're not too far removed from being at day one. But here's the thing, we bring over a lot of experience too. I've built teams of 10,000 plus in multiple countries. So I'm not at just square one. Are y'all with me?
Right.
So I'm in the grind so I can relate, so I can maybe redefine some words so I can relate to Tony. Hey, Tony, I understand what you're going through. How you understand what I'm going through? Because I'm going through it too.
Right,
so now, as you build your leadership, we're talking about leadership and capacity. As you start to build your team, build your leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that important? Let me tell you a couple of things. You have to now see people as leaders. What is a leader to you? I'm gonna give y'all a couple of things. There's a couple of different leadership styles real quick I want to share with y'all. And you kind of decide what your style is, right? Everybody does different styles of leadership, but there's a couple of different traditional styles of leadership. You got the transformational leadership. That's number one, transformational leadership. Now you decide what style you are, transformational leadership. This person inspires and motivates a team to exceed expectations by focusing on the vision and the big picture. So the transformational leadership, right? They're going to focus on the big picture, right? I think that's kind of me. the transformational leadership style. They want to see a transformation in the people. That's what they want to focus on, the big picture. Number 2 is the transactional leadership style. The transaction, they focus on clear, structured rewards and penalties to achieve goals. They're going to be the, you don't do this, you don't do this. That transactional leadership, right? You see a lot of that inside the corporate world. Their transactional leadership. Here's the penalty. You don't do this, you don't do this, you don't show up late, we're going to get fired. See, as entrepreneurs, it's a little bit harder to be that transactional leadership because people are free to choose. And most people came over here to get away from that dictator. And I don't want to call them a dictator. They're so structured. So that might be used, but understand if that's your style, it's cool. But understand when you're dealing with a group of entrepreneurs, you might have to just be mindful. Are y'all with me? You might have to maneuver.
That one is a little rougher to do over here. You know what I mean? Or to be over here.
A lot rougher to be over here, Jock. Then you got the servant leadership. They prioritize the needs of the team, fostering a supportive environment to help the team members grow. So you got the servant leader. I think that's needed in every place. You can tell the servant leaders, that servant leader, sometimes those are going to be the people, the team, they're going to have the people who are going to follow them. Like, if you go through the fire, that servant leader, like, I'm going with them. I'm bringing the fire hose. That transactional leader, they jump in the fire, people be like, man, I wanted they leave the keys because I'm, you know, they leave the blueprint, they take it with them. Then he burned the recipe. Shucks, right? But the servant leader, they're like, man, I'm going to fire and I got a hose. The democratic leader, right? Involves team members in the decision-making process and encourage collaboration and ownership. You know, that's a good one. The democratic leader. You know, the thing about the democratic leader, y'all, one of the things too, I'm just going to kind of share something with you. We had the democratic leader. One of the key things is if you got a team of people, if you got a team of people who haven't been there and haven't built a team before, you can run into issues because now they're like, oh, we should do this, we should do that, and we should do this. And you find yourself trying all these things and now you're going down the wrong road. And I'm telling you, if you want to find out, that's where you find a lot of your, I don't want to call it coffee cooler cancer, but you'll find a lot of your chatters coming from there. Because they're like, oh, why? They just telling me what to do. They just, because now they want to try their way, but if you know their way don't work. So what I typically do, be careful, you let them kind of go do their thing. But usually, Derek said, don't let the tail wag y'all. Usually, they go do their thing. They don't want to go do their thing alone.
Right.
Because they're democratic. They want to get a posse together. They got to go tell somebody, man, you see what the code did? What he doing? Man, I said we should do this and da-da-da-da-da. They're the ones you got to worry about revolting because they're sometimes, so when you start being a Democrat leader, it's great, but do y'all have a agreed upon system structure? See, system's going to help eliminate that. If we agreed on this is the system, this is the system. Now, the other day I did a quick start training and I was telling the new people, I said, listen, we got our system that we use. Now, you don't have to use my system, but this is the system I'm using. You're part of our agency. This is the system I use. I didn't even come that way because that's dictatorship. But I'm like, I respect the system. Step 1 says everybody get a green sheet. Why do I do step 1? Anybody know why I do step 1?
Oh, my bad. I was going to say something, but I already know the answer, so I ain't going to say nothing.
You can say it, Jock.
Because it's step 1.
Because it's step 1. I do step 1 because it's step 1. See, I follow the system. That's how my brain is. I do step 1 because of step 1. Why do I do step 2?
Because it's step 2.
Because it's step 2. 3 by 5, baby. It's the 3. That's our system. I'm going to make my list. I'm going to do what I got to do. I do step 2 because it's step 2. I do step 3 because it's step 3. And step 2 is I do my VGOs. I'm doing my grand opens. Why? Because it's step 2. See, some the Democrats like, well, I don't know about this. I'm not sure why I did this. I've been there. See, I'm giving y'all some game. If you really want to grow a business, you got to be and create building teams and building something. You got to have a process. And when you find a process that's work, ladies and gentlemen, you pour everything into that system, that process. See, I don't get a McDonald's franchise and start thinking about, let me figure out how to fix hamburgers. No, I buy a McDonald's franchise. I got to figure out how do I get people to succeed at following the system? I don't have to worry about having fixed hamburgers. They already did that. I got to make sure my people take care of my client, my customers. Smile, Johnny, when somebody comes to the register, right? I know, Susan, your boyfriend just cheated on you, but you can't bring that to work. So I got to pep Susan up. Are y'all with me? So, because my customers want hot fries. So they ain't worried about Susan's boyfriend cheating on her. So as a franchise owner, I don't have to worry about what type of fries to cook. I got to figure out how to help people succeed in the system. Are y'all with me? See, that's the cool thing about having the 120 agency plan. We've eliminated that. You ain't got to figure out, I'm going to have to build my own plan. See, most people come over here, I'm trying to figure out my own thing. I'm rewrite the history. Okay, no. Then I get the smart ones like, Eric, you know what? Your system looks just like Darren. I'm going to go follow Darren. I'm using his system because your system looks similar to Darren's system. Follow Darren's system. Because I didn't have to rewrite it. I Americanized his system. I put a little tweak because there was nothing. First, you got to understand, we really had nothing. I took his 1, 2, 3 system, tweaked it, made it to fit America because we was first starting, thing, and bam, never look back. When he modifies his stuff a little bit, I'm on the phone. I talk to Darren twice. Hey, Darren, what's the new modification? Okay, cool. We tracked it. I've been tracking Eric for last year. Sometimes you got to modify the system. Okay, cool, great. Add it to it. Boom. Eric, yours look here. I wonder why. I'd have to come over and try to rewrite the wheel. Are y'all with me? I was smart enough to follow the system, make it Americanized, and run with it, and now duplicate it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that democratic leader, that's one to be careful. Then the other one is the autocratic leader. They centralize decision making in the leadership and clear directives and expectations. That's the autocrat. They're gonna centralize it, right? And they're gonna feel like they control. Some people get that because they can't wait to get to power. But you know what I find out about sometimes? Those people who can't wait to get to power usually don't have the proper authority for power. Why? They got 3 people in the team. Now also I'm like, an Xperia executive directors when you own your agency, but they got 3 people. They my team this, my team that, oh, my team. Oh, now they get the SFA, my team. They get the SM, oh, my team. I'm doing this. I'm like, no, you really want to follow the system, get the executive director, then you kind of run your ship, right? But what they don't realize is I don't drive the ship like that. I follow the system. See, right. I am dedicated to the system, not trying to be my team. Derek can tell you, I ain't never say, Derek, you got to do it this way. Nope. I say, I do it this way. I may recommend you do it this way. Nancy be hit me up, Eric, put somebody on 120 agency plans. I'm like, Nancy, they just signed, I got them already. I got to try to beat her because she's putting them in the process. I wonder why her team is growing and exploding. She's got more years experience than me. She said, hey, man, that's a great system. I'm going to follow the process. And she might do her tweaks here and there. But guess what? She can tweak a system. Are y'all with me? She's like, I ain't got to reinvent the wheel. I can tweak the system. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get up and running. That's how you understand leadership. So now she can duplicate herself and duplicate it and duplicate it. And we can focus on building leaders and duplicating, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see your business grow, focus on building leaders. Are y'all with me? See, most people are like, well, how do I make the sale? No, you're going to learn how to make sales. You learn how to make sales by going out there trying to make sales. But how do you?
Eric,
yes, sir.
Let me ask the people who's using or who uses the system. And if you use the system, would you say it was an easy system to use, or would you say it was difficult to use? Because that's the part that gets me here. A lot of people don't use the system. They tried their own way and then they fumble and they end up on the side of the road in the woods hitchhiking by themselves. But it's an easy system. It's a simple system.
Yeah, can we talk Labor Day, job? 3 people on Labor Day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Permission to speak freely. Why most people don't use the system? Why? Because they came from a corporate world or a job or someplace else, and they got out of there because they don't want to follow nobody else's rules. So I came over here. I want to do my own thing. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be able to do my own thing. And so now here's the other second part. I want to do my own thing. 2, they never really had the level of success, the ultimate level of success. So because they never had level of success, they got to figure out I'm doing my own thing. And they don't realize if I plug in, my success goes higher. If I can buy, that's why people buy franchises. Why do they buy a Baskin Robbins? They already got the 31 flavors. Why do I buy
already set up?
I don't need to figure out, I can buy a franchise and don't need to know how to, even a cleaning. I can buy Molly Maids or whatever it is. They'll buy a franchise. Why? Because they're buying the system, right? They're buying the system that makes it work. So that's the key, Jock, right there. You know, why somebody does something. It typically, they haven't had the experience at it, right? They're not sure on how to do it. That's what I found in my travels. So, so with that, hope y'all got something out of today. That level of leadership, we're going to be talking about more and more on building, right? We're going to be talking more and more on how to really build your business. Because if you focus on just the sales, see, some people right now, you're so going, how do I make a sale? How do I write a deal? You heard some people like, I made 2 deals. You're going to figure out how to write deals. The reason why you ain't figuring out how to write deals, you understand, that's part of the process. Because you're trying to figure out how to write sales. Figure out how to build a business. Sales is part of building the business. How do you make sales? I'm going to give you all the blueprint. Go out there and pick up the phone and start calling people. Period. But Eric, but nothing. Go out there, pick up the phone, start calling people. I'm going to give y'all this last closing tip. We was at the game. I was with Isaiah the other day, and I'm like, Zay, you had a nice table. Looks nice. Where your people at? He had a clipboard, empty. Me and Meri got there a little bit later. Y'all got a pretty table, clipboard empty, everything's there. Oh, Houston, we got a problem. I walked up, Houston, we got a problem. There's a couple other people with booths. There's a whole bunch of people standing on the sidelines. Why ain't you out there talking to those people? Huh? No, your clipboard is empty. Bro, it ain't gonna fill itself. And Dr. Meri said, Eric, go show them. All right, let me show y'all. We're gonna come over, take the table. This is what you gotta do. Start talking. Hey, how you doing, John? Come on over here. I see you looking, come over here. How do you start making sense? You gotta go do it. You gotta start, put the table up. Ain't gonna make nobody come over there to your booth. You better interact. Are y'all with me? So yes, 2 things. Now, I showed him, but he could have sat there long enough and like, this thing don't work. I'm telling y'all how to do it. You got to start picking up the phone, calling somebody. You got to start talking to people. If you don't talk, they don't know. Well, Eric, I made a post. Ain't that one post to do? Y'all ain't nobody gonna sit there and read your post and jump. If that's the case, these companies got billions of dollars to spend. Some of y'all got hundreds of dollars. They got billions. Some of y'all got $10 for advertising. They literally got millions. Mutual Omaha has millions of dollars they can spend on advertising. They spend it on you. So what do you got to do? If they wouldn't need you, they could just put a little post up. They can post all the time, everywhere, and every platform. They can hire somebody. They can pay somebody $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. They can pay a whole team of people $300,000 a year to post and market and advertise. Why don't they? Because that alone ain't going to work. You're eventually going to have to pick up the daggone phone and make some contact. Are y'all with me? This is a contact sport. You're going to have to make contact. That's how you start selling. You ain't gonna sell about just saying something. You got to make contact. So y'all know that already. Now you know how to sell. I want y'all to focus on building the business. Start talking about building leaders. Here's the thing. You're not going to build leaders. You're not focused on building leaders. So y'all hear me? You got to start focused on building leaders because that's where your legacy comes. You make that sale, that's one time, and you get a residual. But you don't leave a legacy making one sale. You leave a legacy by building leaders. Are y'all with me? And I'm going to wrap this up. It's a comparison. How do you leave a legacy for your family name? You have to have children. Now, I'm not saying some of y'all don't have children, but I'm telling you, that's the process. Your generation moves on with children, right? The generation doesn't move on just having sex. Sex without children,
No legacy.
Fun, may feel good, but it's not going to leave a legacy. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
It's going to have that children. You're going to have to nurture them, and you got to teach them how to have families and teach them how to nurture. See, some families spend more time teaching the history of how to leave a legacy, and some families spend more time focused on how to pay bills. I'm just telling you. You wonder why some families progress? They have a legacy plan from the beginning. Little Johnny, we're going to hook you up with Susan, and we're going to arrange y'all together, and we're going to teach y'all because she's been taught on how to leave a legacy. It was always about how to leave a legacy. It wasn't about 75 ways to have different positions as well. It wasn't about just how to say, it was about how to generate legacy. So y'all with me? So I want to teach y'all not just how to make sales, how to build a business so you can leave a legacy. The sales is a part of it. That's going to come. But you can make a lot of sales and never leave a legacy because it's just you making a lot of sales and you make some money, but your business dies when you die. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Troy Gandy to handle the recap. Hope I wasn't too graphic for y'all on Labor Day, but I wanted to really drive home what we're going to be focusing on, the system and building and teaching leaders. So with that being said, Troy Gandy, take it away, sir.
All right. And we are ready for the recap relay per the number 1 leader and soul motivator himself, Mr. Erik Robinson. Indeed. And what a better way to start our Labor Day weekend than have a morning meeting like this, because it is always fired up and gets off to a super great start and energizing each and everybody to do your business and taking advantage of this opportunity day. And we want to say we couldn't have did it any better than starting off with congratulations that need to go out to all the superstars for this morning call. This Nancy and Bishop and Doreen and the success in Zay's business. Marcella doing things. So we hope that all of that rubs off on each and every one of you that are on this line. We thank each and every one of you for participating, and we hope you were taking great notes. So we're going to get a chance to hear some of just a little bit of what you had taken in this morning as your nuggets for today. Give it to us. We're going to start with Mr. Derek Holston.
All right. That was awesome as always. And, I'll be honest, it was a smidgen of, it's Labor Day. Let me chill, because we've been working all day, like every day. But I said, you know what? Let me get my behind on this call because that's where I need to be. So I'm grateful I'm here. So very quickly, my recap, many nuggets. What I pulled out of it the most was we have a system, follow it. And I was the poster child of being a hardhead. Okay, so how do I succeed at getting people to follow the system? And I put something in the chat, tell me, I'll forget, show me, I may remember, but involve me and I'll learn. And I really want to go back to the night that Erik pulled together a team meeting with my team. This was pre-Nancy and her team. And he says, Derek, you've recruited, you've been one of the top recruiters in the company. He says, but you didn't teach your team, you didn't build teams. And that's because I went under the assumption that everybody would just do what they po to do, right? I'm from Baltimore, and then what they po to do. And that's not the case. And a lot of times people want to, but they just need that leadership, that push. So developing leaders is something I'm learning as well, not only to be a leader myself, but also to teach people and work with the willing. So that's what I got out of it. And I hope my 1 minute is up. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it, reciprocate the love that she shared with me earlier. My sister from another mister out in the great country of Texas under the Dallas Cowgirls. But Marcella Braggs, much love. Share your recap, dear.
Thank you, Derek. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. I tell you, this right here just tied into the training that Dr. Meri gave on Saturday. And when I tell you, when I do these trainings, it just motivates me to, put more fire up under me. And so just like they're saying about just following the system, and that's one of the things I felt like I was doing Saturday as to why I had success in meeting some of the people that I did. And it was actually fun. When you follow the system and just get out there and talk to people and just be natural about it, it's a fun thing. And people don't mind listening to you. And got a young lady that's a car salesman and she's very excited. And she told me, she said, call me Tuesday. So I am definitely going to call her Tuesday. So just like you say, just follow the system. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I see my girl, Miss Tawana Chisley, with her hand up. Come on, Tawana. Thanks, Eric.
So, Grand Rides and everyone, I got a sore throat, but trying to lay low. But Eric, I had a question for you. Can you be a servant and a transformational leader?
Yes, I think you can be a little bit of all of them. I don't think you have to be you're one or the other. I think you can be a combination, and I think maybe you probably should be a combination because different people need different things at different times. So yes.
Okay, so one of the big pictures, listening to you, I got to be approachable, approach people, just don't sit by and let them walk past and you don't say anything. So that's it.
All right, thank you, Tawana. Thank you, Mr. Eric. Just a quick comment I want to make. I always try to relate my experience, right, to current situations. And I remember, please forgive me if I take just maybe a few seconds extra, but I remember when I was coming to the United States, and during the orientation, we were told that when you get here, your expectations is going to be like a draft. Like a statistics, it goes up and goes down and then go back up again. And when you come in here, and you think that all the degrees and all the things that you know back home, you're going to come here and use it, you're going to be highly, highly disappointed. That's why you see even doctors that come here with their degrees, they have to go start. My first job was a security guard at the Atlanta airport, and that is not what I will do back home, right? But at some point, you got to realize you are in a different environment, and you have to forget everything that all your degrees, everything that you've known before. You have to start all over again if you want to build a sustainable life here in this country. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, most of the time we come here, sometimes we have people who are very, coachable, they want to submit and learn. And then you have people that come with high expectation that in the next 2-3 months, if they don't make this amount of money, they're going to leave. Well, if that was the expectation that many of us had when we come to this country, we would have gone back 3 months or 6 months after we arrived. But you have to now realize that now your expectation is going to be different. And that's what I always say. Napoleon, he said in one of his books, he said, write your dreams with pencil so that you can erase and rewrite again. So your expectation might be coming here and see that, in the next 6 months, I'm going to make this amount of money. But then if that doesn't happen, then you feel disappointed and you leave your job. And you quit your business. The question here is, you've been working for a job for 2, 5, 10, 15 years, and you never become wealthy, and you start your own business, and 1 year later, that business has not made you wealthy, and you quit your business. So let's change our expectation and continue to flow like water. When water hits a rock, what does it do? Just turn around the water and keep flowing. And that's how we become successful here. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat
Nicole,
that?
can you put that quote in the chat
Yeah, repeat that, please.
about the eraser?
Write it with pencil.
Write your goal and dream with a pencil so that you can erase and rewrite again. Because it might definitely change.
Beautiful. This is a relay. So let's hand the baton to Miss Nancy Rowe.
All right. Very simple for me. I love the way you described the leadership and tied it to having a child. Very simple, and follow the system. It works. Don't create the wheel again. It's already done for you. That's what I've got.
All right. That is 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 3 legs. This is practice, though. So we getting ready for the big event. We always leading towards the Olympics. So if there's anybody else that wants to jump in this relay, you got a nugget for the day, throw it in right now.
Can I volunteer someone? And that's because this woman is full of energy. She's out on the West Coast. And the day I met her, she gave me an earful, right? Based on past experience. But she's noticed the difference here, and she is just taking it by storm. And I'm just so proud of this woman. But I just want to give her an opportunity to speak, because I know she was a little shy. This is her first time here. But Miss Meri Brown from Los Angeles, California. Can you share?
Meri Brown, the coach has just thrown you in the game.
Go, Meredith. Go, Meredith.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for having this event. I am grateful to be here. And well, it has been what is that? An amazing 2 weeks, crazy, non-stop work. I have not slept for 2 weeks now. Like, I will sleep, but I have not slept well because of so much thing going on. But I am so excited to be part of this organization. I see the potential here of growth, of great people. Derek has been so instrumental in helping me in all of the learning process in this new organization. Nancy has been pushing me to bring in more people, and I can't wait. I've been, Erik mentioned about like raising children, and I was thinking here, I said, the people that joined with me, I wasn't recruiting. To be honest, I was just, when this organization was introduced to me, I just liked the platform. Like, I guess I've been looking, and I did not realize that I already checked out. And so when this opportunity was brought into my attention, I didn't know I was ready to go. And I go in immediately. I shared my joy and the platform, and almost every single body that I have invited join in. And I shared it with Derek and Nancy. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I'm not ready for the responsibility. I'm not into these things. I just want to have a conversation and share good news. And then when I heard about Juan Jaime join in, I feel validated, because I know he studied the organization and find that this is a great fit for him. And I feel relieved. But when Erik said about raising children, I said, these people that came into the business are veterans, smart, professional women. I'm so new to this business. I'm learning from everybody. So I was so freaking, I'm not intimidated. I'm not scared, but the responsibility that comes when you bring in people into the organization, they are part, it's okay if you make a mistake, because you can recover. But if you're bringing people with you, you have that person and the family and the recruits that comes with them, that becomes also your responsibility, because they trusted you. So, but I am grateful that there's Derek and Nancy that can help me. It can help me navigate this system. So thank you, Derek, for always being there for me. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for the schedule. Thank you, everybody. Have a great morning.
Thank you, Meri, for your input. I tell you, you can't be led by anybody better than, we're gonna have to rename him now. You have to call him Coach, because Coach will just throw you in the game. He and the assistant coach, Nancy over there, they're doing a phenomenal job. And that would lead us now. Is there any other? It's time. It's practice time. It's time to get in the game. All right. Nobody else wants the baton. Then we're going to pass it on. Oh, I do see another one. Somebody else is trying to run. Let's go. I don't know who this is, but we'll go with BTH 900. Come on in. Let's see how you get in and turn up your Nikes today. Just do it. You got to come off mute first. It's time to run.
Okay.
There you go.
I just wanted to say, my name is Dorothy Black, by the way. Darnay is my cousin. I just wanted to say that you got to take the bull by the horns. It's not going to follow you. So you got to get out there and just make it happen. And everybody have a good day.
All right. That's it. That's a good thing right there. At least you came to the starting line. That's it. Somebody willing to take the baton. That's how you got to do it. Get on the track in order to win, for real. All right. With that being said, we're going to pass the baton right now to none other than the anchor leg, the one that brings us home each and every time. Nobody can do it like our Xperia paralegal, downtown Rita Brown.
All right. Thank you, Troy. We are hungry. That's why we here on Labor Day. Walk in with expectations. You will walk away with something that will help you in life. Keep it simple and fun. We are helping families. Our team is the fuel to our engine. Don't take going to the conference lightly. Get your tickets now. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. We are in a servanthood position. We are blessed to be able to help others with the opportunity and financial freedom. Let's plant now so we will have great results later. It's not about the money, it's about freedom. Run for the freedom. We are entrepreneurs. Some of us have entrepreneurial ADD. Your mind is all over the place. If you do something that works, do it again and again. You will get better and better. Recognize what you got your hands on. You got to attend events and get good at promoting them. Leadership, we got to build a business. Be a wealth consultant. Help others to create wealth, help them to grow wealth, and help them to transfer wealth. Legacy doesn't work if you don't have a succession plan. Transfer wealth by creating leaders. It's a choice how you take building your business. Some people don't realize they have what it takes already. Everyone who is a parent is fully equipped. The same principles in developing your children is the same principles in developing new agents. Everyone's learning curve is different. They're going to activate at their own time. Keep developing them. You can't determine their choices. There's a definition gap in business between our level of experiences. The same words, but we look at things different. Leadership styles. Number 1, transformation leadership. Focus on vision and the big picture. Number 2, transactional leadership. Focus on penalties, goal achieving. Be mindful when dealing with entrepreneurs because people are free to choose. This sometimes can be hard. Number 3, the servant leadership. Prioritize the needs of the team. Number 4, democratic leadership. Encourage collaboration. Be careful, your team may not know how to do this and end up doing it on their own. You have to have a system for this to work. Number 5, autocrat. Centralize and control. Can't wait to get to power. Executive director is where your power is. Be dedicated to the system. Duplicate the system and focus on building leaders. I'm doing it because it's the steps to do. You have to have a process. Pour everything into the process. Get people to succeed by following the system. We do not have to rewrite the wheel. Why people don't use the system? They come from a corporate world and want to be able to do their own thing. And they haven't had the experience and they're unsure. If you plug in, your success goes higher. People buy franchises because they are buying the system. Start focusing on how to build a business. Sales is a part of building a business. Pick up the phone and call people. This is a contact sport. You leave a legacy by building leaders. Nurture and teach them to nurture. Focus on the system, focus on building, and focus on creating leaders. That's it. That's all.
Wow.
Wow, awesome, Rita. Wow.
How do you do that, Rita? How do you do that?
Like, how
First
do you
goal,
really do that?
first goal of the fourth quarter. First touchdown of the fourth quarter. That's
That is
it. I'm telling you,
crazy.
nobody does it like Rita Brown. So at this time, we'd like to take the time to thank each and every one of you for showing up this morning. That's the first thing that we all need to do, bring the team to the game. And with that being said, we want to always thank each and every one of you, as well as Mr. Derek Holston for stepping up this morning and stepping in He is the decorated U.S. Combat First Class Marinepreneur. And the man himself that always brings the good nuggets and whatnot. So we always want to thank him for substituting for none other than our super moderator, who was having some little technical difficulties this morning, Mr. Jacques Vaughn, who always brings it as well. And can't be remiss without thanking our one and owner soul motivator, who gives us the commandments. And I like to look at it as though today he really laid it down, because they say this was, in my words, I would say it was more or less like the biblical commandments of how to do this business. And, you know, they say the Bible stands on two main commandments: have no other gods before me. And he simply laid it out there as train in standards. Train in standards, number one. And then the second biblical commandment is love thy neighbor as thyself. So celebrate the growth. Treat people the way you want to be treated. So when they're doing something, celebrate them. Let that be your second commandment. And if you always training them in the standards, giving them something to develop, and then celebrating them along the way, you're going to see the leadership styles. You're going to implement all of those different leadership styles to help them along the way with that, by simply following the steps. Following the steps. With that being said, I'm going to give it back to the man that gave it all to us. None other than the first corporate certified executive director, the man they call the soul motivator, the man with one wife, the man that always brings it home for us. None other than Mr. Erik Robinson.
Thank you, Troy. Okay. Thank you for that amazing recap. And I'm going to say one thing, Troy. You just, somebody said, how do you top read it? You can't really top read it, but Troy, you just did something, man. You just broke down the message in two statements: train in standards and love thy neighbors. And I think, man, I had to write that notebook back out. I thought I was done. Close the notebook, close it up. I said, nope, I got to turn back open and write more today. So thank you, Troy, for that right there. Train in standards and love thy neighbor. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, there's no CEO tap today. That's over. There's no team huddle tonight. So that's why we wanted to get you all together today. So now we got you up early in the morning. Your juices are flowing. You can go cut the grass, mow the lawn, cook out, do whatever you want to do, celebrate the family. We're going to see y'all back again. But before you go, Derek said, tell me, and I may forget, teach me, and I get a little bit, I'm paraphrasing, and involve me, and I can remember. But what I want to do, involve y'all in how to get your level up tickets, okay? You go to 120 Agency Plan, 120agencyplan.com, click on 120agencyplan.com, and you can click on events. Let me move this thing out the way. 120agencyplan.com, you see events, click on level up, and the level up conference winner, in my experience, you scroll down, you got some of the speakers, and we got more speakers coming. We got way more speakers coming. So that was just to get it standard. The early bird price is $25. And then early bird tickets price is, if you buy the bundle, we got a 10-pack bundle now. So it's $200. You can get 10 tickets. You go in and fill the information out. You get the 10-pack bundle. You get your early bird ticket prices. It will go up September the 9th, I think, starting September 10th. It will go up starting September 10th. So just make sure that you go there and get your tickets, get your bundle packs. Just want to share something with you. Anyway, get your tickets and let's roll.
Eric.
Yes.
Real quick. When will the hotel rooms go?
Hotel right now, we don't even get the hotel block, but their rates are pretty low. So it's going to be at the BWI Westin Hotel. So if you're going to book your rooms, a couple of people already booked their rooms already. Their rates are low, so I would recommend you can go ahead and book your rooms now, which might even be lower than a room block, to be honest with you. So if I'm booking my room, I'm going to hurry and book it. It's at the BWI Westin Hotel. It's right around the corner from the airport, which is the Baltimore Washington International Airport. So it's right off of 95 for those who are traveling, driving. You know anybody within a 5-hour drive? It's 5-hour drive from anywhere from New York all the way down to Baltimore Washington Airport. That's a 5-hour drive. Anywhere further west as South North Carolina, like Charlotte, you can probably get there in the 5-hour drive from Charlotte, North Carolina. Going west, so maybe even from Michigan, Detroit, it's probably about a 6-hour drive from Michigan, Detroit. So just kind of let you know how where it's centralized located. Going west, like Detroit, going south to like North Carolina, then way up top New York. So within 5-hour drive, you can get there. You gotta remember, Jamie and a lot of people are coming flying in from out of the country. So I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's 2 days. We're gonna have vendors there. It's gonna be, you're gonna take your business to the next level. Now, not only do you want to be there, you want to do everything you can. I'm forced, that's what the vendor package is. The 10-pack is forcing you to kind of be that leader now and get your people. Be the one, hey, then you start packing up. And Jock, like you said, 60% of the 10, you want to be your team, and the other 40%, you want to be new people, right? So if I got 10 people, maybe 6 of my teammates, 4 of my guests. And then once that's gone, then guess what? I got one young lady, Eric, I bought 2 10-packs already. I won't say her name. She was the first one. She bought 2 10-packs. I'm like, Eric, no, that's not a mistake. I bought 2 10-packs and she lives in Atlanta. She says, no, you understand. I already got my room, I already got everything booked. I bought 2 10-packs. I'm ready to explode my business. But it doesn't surprise me. She's been a leader before, right? So some of us, and we say, all I got to do is follow the leader.
Yes.
Follow the leader. Do what she does. Next, you know, you're going to see your business explode. This is month number. We got 1 month down and our 4-month pre-launch. We still got 3 more months before we launch. We're not even launching until December. Are you kidding me? We're not even launching until December. Everything we're doing now is pre-launch. And man, imagine what happened when we launch in December, January, February. We got a 3-month launch coming, already planned for January, December, January, February. That's going to take you into, I'm sorry, y'all, the last thing to say. Some of y'all, and I'm coming right to you, Derek, some of your business in the next 24 months, please hear me, you got to go 24 months. In the next 24 months, some of y'all will have income that you're not going to have to worry about the income. Meaning, some of y'all gonna have multiple 6 figures coming in no matter what. Some of y'all might even have 7 figures coming in no matter what. No matter what. Are y'all hearing me? Like 2 years, you got now some people work a lifetime and don't get a retirement with multiple 6-figure retirement plans. And they can work 20, 30, 40 years and they ain't bringing in $200,000, $300,000 every year in retirement. They wasn't making that when they was working, and they definitely ain't getting that a year when in retirement. I'm telling y'all, in 24 months, that's where some of y'all income is going to be, $500,000 to $1 million plus every year like clockwork. And so please hear me. We give y'all the blueprint to get there. How do you get to $1 million? You got to start with 100. Then you get to 1,000, and then you get to 2,000, 3,000, 10,000. But this is the blueprint. So, Mr. Holston, take it away, sir, and you can close this out.
Oh, no, I just have a question, Eric. If you could, real quick, we have a lot of new people not only on, but coming on. If you could explain the significance of a Sean Redford.
Absolutely, Derek. That's a great question. Jamie Prickett is the CEO. That's one thing. You want to hear and meet Jamie, right? You know, one of the things I do, and I'm going to share this with y'all here. I'm glad you asked, Derek, because we do some, you know, for me, it's big. Like, I take everything to a serious of meeting people. Like, this is my book right here. Jamie Prickett's book, Can't Fall to the Floor. This one, I had Jamie sign as Coach Zay. This is my son's book, right? His signature, he says, fail, win, repeat. Fail, win, then repeat. So I'm always, when I see Jamie, I go and get him signed. I have multiple books. I get him sign my books, give them to my kids, give them to people. I got like 3 or 4 of his books right here. So that's one. I want to be close to the CEO, right? I want to be there. Sean Redford, this gentleman was one of the top advisors in all of Canada. I think he was like number 2 advisor for many years in all of Canada. So he knows how to sell. When I say advisor, like out there selling, writing policies. Then he became he was transferred over and became one of the start working with the carriers. So he was with one of the top carriers in all of Canada, right? And he did that for many, many years. So he did that for many, many years. It's ironically, Jamie came to him and was like, hey, Sean, we need to get a contract. And he was like, nah, y'all are young. Y'all ain't gonna never get a contract. Amazing. This gentleman was like, I'm one of the top advisors and y'all a young company. We ain't giving y'all a contract when Jamie wanted to get a contract with them. He told Jamie no. Fast forward 9 years later, he now works for Jamie. Chief Business Development Officer. Sean has a lot of experience in the industry. Smooth as butter. And I'm trying to tell you, you want to know why Xperia really launched and made it and started to change and pivot in the United States? I would have to say the hiring of Sean Redford. Sean came in and was that bridge to connect it from the corporate world, Xperia Canada to Xperia US. Sean had I could see, because they were still Canadian, right? They were still the Canadian way, right? But Sean it was internal that he could see the big picture. He could see the vision. Thankfully, Jamie saw it big enough to, hey, my vision may not be, I see it, but how do I implement it? Let me bring somebody in who can implement the vision. Are y'all with me? That's a leadership moment. And
the who, not the how.
Jamie smart to say, hey, I may not be the how. Let me get the who. Sean, he got the how. And we're going to bring a whole, when I say, and more to come, Y'all don't have a clue. So that's why you want to get your people there. One thing you don't want to do is get them like, dang, I wish so-and-so was here. I wish this person was here. You got to do your best. Now, you can't force them and make them be there, but you got to do your best to try to help them see the big picture. So thank you, Derek, for that. And we got to get good at selling the events. Just like you're selling insurance, you got to get good at selling events because people don't know they need to be there. They're good at selling movies and concerts and everything else. They start promoting that stuff 6 months. I went to the movie theater. This next movie is coming out in March 2025. They got the poster talking about March 2025. Then they sit there and show me previews for a movie that's coming out 6, 7, 8 months later. They start promoting this stuff and programming your brain about things coming out later already. Are y'all with me? You got to get good at selling events.
Can we do a probably tomorrow? I'm putting a motion on the table. Can we really go dig deep on the how to promote and get this event packed? Like really how to.
There it is, John. I'm right there. How to promote. I'm gonna make a note. How to promote. And also I wrote something down. I don't know if she's still on the line. BTH may be gone. Is BTH still here? BTH is
She's still here. She's still here.
I know what BTH stands for. By the horn.
Oh,
she said you gotta take the bull by the horn. That's what BTH stands for, Troy. You wanted to know. So tomorrow we're going to promote events.
Okay.
I got that. Tomorrow's promoting events. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, go enjoy your day, have fun, celebrate the victories, and love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking the time out today on this Labor Day to get up early in the morning. And some of y'all got up at 5:30 in the morning.
No huddle is no huddle tonight.
No huddle. No huddle. Y'all gonna go have a good time. Celebrate. Don't overdo it because we need y'all back here at 8:30. Go meet some people, meet some friends, pass out some cards, get some names and numbers. And I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we was at the event. It wasn't about we passed our cards, but the whole thing was I need to get their name and numbers. Some people got name and numbers, they pass our cards. Hey, guess what? You ever heard of Meri was like, hey, you ever heard of $1 Million Baby? You ever heard of Become Your Own Bank? Nah. You want to know more? Yeah, you want to know more. She started telling them they want to know more. Put your name and number right here. We're going to get information. So I'm trying to tell you, you ain't got business card. You can still get people's names and numbers. Say, hey, I got some information to share. Give me your name and number. I want to share some information with you. Okay. You just got to be willing to ask for it. They will give it. You ask with confidence, they will give it. You go, hey, give me a name and number. Like, nah, I don't give you the name and number. She was walking straight. Hey, give me your name and number right here. Stop. And she was telling me, stop. They was walking by. Stop. Hey, I see you looking. I was like, whoa, she saw you looking. And I told myself, oh, she saw you looking. And come over here. We're going to tell you what we're going to do. Put your name in it. It's like, okay, just because you stopped, I got to give you this. People was giving his name and number just because we gave him chips. We got a bag of chips. Man, you gave me a bag of chips. A 10, 15 cent bag of chips. Oh my goodness. You know what? I need to know more because you gave me some chips. Give some things away free. That's a whole nother story. Y'all don't get me talking. I'm telling y'all, let's go make this money. Don't be afraid. Y'all got it. Bye.